Hey, it's Heather, and welcome to Adventures in Gardening. So today we're going to be doing a seedling tour. We're going to be going all around inside the house, upstairs under grow lights, and all of the different windowsills that I have seedlings on, and we'll take a peek at the progress of the seedlings. And we'll go out to the greenhouse and we'll look at those seedlings as well. And in that process, I'm going to show you the big mistake that I made just yesterday, and with the pepper seedlings. But you just move on when something goes wrong. You just keep moving forward. And then we're going to do some transplanting of the pepper seedlings to buy us a little more time before they can actually go out into the greenhouse full time. So let's get started. So this is my grow light set up here, and on the very top I have one tray of nasturtiums, and you can see right here we are just starting to come up. So as soon as I see a couple more in here, I'm going to be moving that outside. So today the tomatoes, I start my tomato seedlings a little bit later than people would think that I do, but I have learned over the years when you're growing tomato plants for sale, you don't want them to be so top heavy when by the time Memorial Day hits. So I want them to, so I just started them a few days ago, and so I need to be moving things out in preparation for more tomatoes to come in here, because I have them in different places on heat mats right now. So let's start with down here. So I've rotated a lot of things out of here so far, and then this is, oh look, we got a wilter right here. Okay, this is the last little portion that needs to get rotated out. These are my wave petunias. Yeah. That will get bumped up, and some of them need to be separated here. These are eggplants, and these actually are not, they're not actually looking great. So I think there's some scorching from the lights going on. This is as many dichondra as I got. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4 dichondra, so they'll get bumped up. I have these labels switched. This is Tulsi, that is Thai basil, so I'll be transplanting those. And there is basically no parsley to speak of here. And this is my second set of jalapeno peppers just coming through right now. So this tray is going to get potted up between today and tomorrow, because I need room for the tomato seedlings under this light, which brings me to the peppers. So I have been so faithful, and I told you guys when I planted these up, that I use the light and I use the heat mat because I like them to think it's summer. And a couple times yesterday I peeked in the side and everything looked fine. And then last night I pulled the trays out. Now this tray is fine. All right, these peppers look fantastic. So I'm going to be transplanting them today. But it's this tray. Look, I cooked them. I cooked them. Those are pepperoncinis right there. And I have to be honest, I'm just going to take them off of my list of peppers for sale, and I'll just keep these for myself. This entire section right here, these are the black Hungarian hot pepper. Is that black Hungarian? I can't remember. Yeah, black Hungarian. They looked like I lost all of them yesterday. I was pretty upset with myself. So normally what I do is I just pour a little bit of water in the bottom every morning and let them soak up what they want. See those roots there? And then that's what I did. And yesterday, I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. So now I'm going to pay for that. And of course, these are not peppers. This is the irisine, and that needs to get transplanted as well. And there's more eggplants down here. That one's called Little Finger. So next, I think we'll look at the seedlings in the sunroom on our way outside. So this is the window in my sunroom, and this is a tray of tomatoes that we won't even look at because I know there's not too much going on. There's about 700 tomatoes altogether in different places. These are begonia cuttings that there are no roots coming out the bottom yet, but there are there's new growth and there's little buds, so I know that they're all successful. And these are for me personally. I will use these in different places. Nothing going on with the butterfly pea yet. So this little tray right here, these little packs, I mean, this is Mimosa pudica, the sensitive fern, and this is my second batch, and boy, oh boy, if anybody has any tips on germination for these guys, this was how the first batch went. It was very, very, very spotty. And then there's nothing going on over here. So I rotate seedlings constantly. I'm moving them around, and my goal is to get them out of the house and into the greenhouse. So these guys will stay here for quite a while, and the mimosa as well. So let's head on outside now. So we are in for a bad stretch of weather the next few days, and this is supposed to turn to snow, and I think people up north are going to get a lot more snow than we are. But I'm going to show you what I do inside when we've got these cooler days that I know the sun is not coming out, and I leave everything on the floor. Yes, I move everything to the floor at night and put it up on the benches during the day. You can see up here I keep the onions and the beets right in place, and these are my onions, and I've got, okay, these are leeks, these are the shallot, what I'm calling the shallots, and these are global onions right here, and those are my father-in-law's onions, and then his beets over there. So days like today, when the temperature outside is, I don't think we're breaking 40 quite yet. You can see here the current temperature is 54, and last night it got to 47 on the floor, and on the benches it got to 25. Yeah, so that's a big difference, right, between the floor and the air in here. So that's why I'm using the floor. So let me walk you through what we have. So these are, anything that's in these 4 packs, I have potted up out of the packs and into these 4 packs. In preparation, I'm betting, and I am a betting girl, I'm betting that I'm going to be able to put them outside next week. Okay, so these are red mustards, and this is the Russian kale right here. I have a few escarole in here. I love escarole. More of the Russian kale, and this is the Chinese cabbage. I only have 7 of those. And this is very awkward because I'm having to be very careful in here, but it's worth it. Trust me, it's worth it just to get them big and strong and ready to go outside. This is Mizuna right here, and this is that new beautiful red bok choy. Isn't that gorgeous? And these are, what is that? This is broccoli rabe. All these are broccoli rabe. And these are the perennial thyme here. And that tray right there, I have not potted them up. These are snapdragons. That is Chinese broccoli. This is Marvel of 4 Season lettuce. And that is stock. And those are sanguine lettuce back there. And this is a tray of the pak choi. They look fantastic. On days like today, things that are more tender or things that are just coming up, I will leave the tops on. The sun is not going to come out today, so we're not going to cook them. So what's under here? I do not know. All right, so this is Nero de Toscano kale. And these are butter crunch lettuce just coming up. And that's a little romaine lettuce right there. And then those are my cabbages right there. All right, not too much going on in here. This is dill. And those are the annual forget-me-nots that I got from Florette this year. So that's all that's going on in here so far. This is the red Alaskan nasturtium. So these were the first nasturtiums to come up. So I moved them outside the other day. So they're still working their way through the soil. They'll be fine. Okay, let's see what's in here. Nothing yet. Okay. That's larkspur, nigella, anemones, pasqueflower. So nothing yet. Right, this tray has, these are the annual sweet peas, and I've got marigolds and zinnias. This is the teucrium that was started under the grow lights upstairs. That is ageratum. It's the tall ageratum for cutting garden. And this, can you see? I don't know if you can see. It's portulaca. And that is spotted bee balm perennial that I've started. And that is status right there. Scarlet kale just coming up, and those are calendula. All right, now we'll head back to the kitchen. So many of the seedlings I've showed you today were started up under the grow lights, and depending on what their threshold is for cold, that determines where they go next. So like these basil, it is not time for them to go out there. This is Genovese basil right here, and I potted them up, and so they're just starting. You can see the back ones want to reach towards the light a little bit. These basil are really for my personal use, not for sale. Right next to this is Plectranthus silver shield that I started from seed on February 1st, and I'm really excited about that. And then this is the lettuce leaf basil here, that crinkly looking leaf. So, and the basils that were upstairs I'll just transplant them and put them down here. So I just bumped them up into larger 6-packs for now. In this pretty jar right here, this is my first batch of that Mimosa pudica. And gosh, I must have started a good 30 seeds, and then this is what I have. And they look good. I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to carefully lift the top off. And I can remember being a kid and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And not a seedling at all, but I just wanted to give you an update on my, my sweet potato here. And you can see that there are just little buds started. Now, was it October? I think it was October, and I dug them, and immediately this one went into a jar to be sprouted. And we have good roots. Those are good roots. And what I will do is when these become leaves, I will take them off and I will root those, and that will be this year's sweet potato plants. So I purchased some new trays to transplant the peppers into. And so I buy these, there's a store near us, it's called Ocean State Job Lot. It's Connecticut, Rhode Island, maybe in Massachusetts. I have no idea how far they go actually, but it's one of my favorite places to shop. And I love this tray that they have. I call this a half tray, all right, because two of them together equal one tray. And the plastic is so sturdy on these little packs, at least it has been. I pay $5 a tray for them. I used to pay $3 a tray. It comes with all 3 pieces. So I am going to be taking the peppers today that are in 6 packs right now, but they're multi-sown, and I'm going to be putting each one into their own cell. And this is to buy time. I'm trying to buy time because eventually these are going into 4-inch peat pots. That's where they're headed. But the amount of space that this many 4-inch peat pots is going to take up, I am not willing to add any heat to the greenhouse because that's how much space I need. They need to go out there. I don't have that kind of space inside the house with good light. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Eventually, I do add heat to the greenhouse when the tomatoes go out there. So the tomatoes and the peppers are going to go together. The nighttime temps have to stay. I like right around that 50 degree at night, and we're not really there quite yet. So I'm buying time because I'm still going to be able to fit them under lights because according to my calculations, I have 2 of these trays right now of peppers, and I should be able to fit them into 4 of these, okay? So everything I do is all about space. The space that I have at the time with the temperature that I have at the time. So we're going to be doing Lesa peppers right now. This is also going to really help me with my inventory to tell me how many plants I have for me, how many plants I have for my sister, and how many plants I have for everybody else. So these are Lesa peppers, and they look so good. I can't even tell you, when you multi-sow them and you apply extra heat, you get some really beautiful little strong seedlings early. So there's 4 of these, which I planted 4 per cell, and I'm not guaranteed that I have 4 in each one. So I'm going to split them in half, and then I'm going to split them in half again. And each one gets its own cell. Now, this bag of soil, I bought a special bag of soil just for this project today. Now, I have plenty of soil out there, but the soil that I have is very high in organic matter. And these peppers, I'm going to guess, are going to have to stay in the house with me maybe another month, maybe 3 weeks. 3 weeks, I take it back, 3 weeks. And I want to just, keep the fungus gnats down. So this bag of soil that I'm using today is very, very wet. It's wetter than I like it to be. And if I had looked inside the bag, a couple days ago, I could have opened it and let it air out. But I don't really like it to be this wet, but that's okay. We work where we're at. Yeah, it's much harder to work with when it's this wet because it really doesn't pour. So there are 21 of the Lesa peppers, so that's pretty good. I planted 24 seeds. And this soil, this very wet soil, is going to slow me down tremendously today, so very, very frustrating. Next is Cubanelle peppers, which I love. These are Cubanelles. And these are the Mira peppers, M-I-R-A. And all of these peppers were started on the 13th of February. These are that new Violet Sparkler, Violet Sparkle, Violet Sparkle, Violet Sparkle. And these are poblano peppers. This one's King of the North. This is early jalapenos. This is that container jalapeno that I bought this year. And these are Craig's Grande Jalapeno. And then this is the Black Hungarian Jalapeno. All right, so that is 179 pepper plants transplanted, and they will be transplanted one more time into 4-inch fiber pots, probably 3 to 4 weeks, as soon as they can really get outside. And this time of year, it's like we're doing the plant shuffle, okay? We're shuffling things around, trying to keep things in the best light that we possibly can. It's important to know your hot crops from your cold crops. Even though out in the greenhouse right now you saw zinnias and marigolds, they really, should they be out there? Well, there's no room inside for them here. So they'll do okay. The peppers, I won't put them outside because I need them to keep growing really big and strong. So I will tell you that this soil really slowed me down, all right? If you have any transplanting to do, check and see how wet your soil is, because I had to, push it. It wasn't, I couldn't pour it. So anyway, thanks for spending time with me today, and thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next adventure in gardening. See you soon.